on, family? Welcome in. Thank you guys for being here for this premiere, man. Today is Black History Month, and it's amazing how fast this year went by. Today, man, if you're wondering, okay, what was that about? Starting off with military excellence, history, what have you? Well, you see these young men on the screen right now. It represents the era where segregation was heavy, right? Blacks were being treated like less than a citizen, less than a human being. However, World War I, they were required to perform and to fight along their white counterparts, right? So if we fast travel over to Switzerland, Vienna to be exact, there was a young man coming out with a brand. 1914 is the year. And yes, we're talking watches today. Pretty sure you saw the thumbnail. If you're wondering, yeah, we're talking watches. So, what is so significant about... Oh, what's going on? Thank you. Excuse the interruption. I'm about to have some little breakfast real quick, man. So, before we start the video, let's pray. Father, thank you for this food. Thank you, bless and sanctify it. Let you nurse to my body. Bless the viewers. Pray that everybody's having an amazing day. Amen. All right, let's hit that intro. Yes. Thank you. What's going on, guys? All you watch collectors, man, and everybody that's here for this premiere to see what am I about to unbox, which you can see right here. But before we get into the unboxing, enjoy. I hope you guys understand why I chose the watch that I chose, man. But I'm a watch collector. I love history. I love learning new things, man. But above all, I love collecting watches, man. And this one is actually pretty interesting, man. Let me give you a little backstory. So you guys understand that since you've been watching the channel, there are, I don't know how many content creators, watch sellers, YouTubers, whatever you want to call them. There's been a lot of people that have displayed their watches online. They have talked about different movements. They've talked about the history of watches, watchmaking, their favorite brand, and the word Rolex is always in the conversation, right? But this particular brand is not a homage to anything. It is its own thing. It's from Switzerland. Right? And this is the first watch that I've ever owned in my collection that wasn't a fake or a copy or anything like that. It's all SwissMade, and the history of this watch is crazy. Now, I do have to give a lot of credit to my man Dave D. He is a watch collector's collector. The man knows so much about the different brands and stuff like that. I just love the way he interprets the watch, how he breaks it down, and leaves little tidbits for you to kind of go down that rabbit hole to find and explore new pieces. This one, man, the more I dug into the history of this, the more I said, this is crazy. This company was founded in 1914. Do you know what happened in 1914? It's World War I. However, the man that created this brand, 23 years old, started out making watches for women, right? And then he went on to make some of the best watches that, honestly, I haven't seen talked about that often on YouTube. Now, there's been a number of people talked about this watch brand on YouTube, but 1914 watch market is mass producing watches at this rate, right? They're mass producing, and he's no different. He comes into it when he was at his highest. It was like the watch market is like really getting going. Because you got to think, Rolex was created, 1905, right? So there's a lot of companies that got a head start on my man, and who we're talking about is Eugene Milan. If you don't know by now, if this part is the premiere, you should know that we're talking about the company Glycine. As I'm talking about this, I didn't bring my knife with me today, so I'm going to use zebra pen, which this was official for me in the military. So Milan started this company, right? And what he did was, they said that he was a smart guy. Like, he was like highly intelligent, man, and graduated like top of his class, you know, and he went on to make some of the best movements. Now, 1914, then, you know, as he got started, he sold a few watches. He didn't last that long. He actually sold the company, or sold portions of the company, to two businessmen. Fast forwarding, economic struggle. And then we leave. It leads them right into World War II. And you know what happens during the 1930s, right? When it was like really jumping off, watches slowed down. There were some companies that actually folded during this time. The crazy thing about that is, he was still coming up with ways. He was putting forth. So keep this in mind, from 1914 to 1930, he wasn't in control of glycine at one point, even though, you know, he was doing stuff. He actually made patents. And I think it was based on what, in October, I think it was October 15th, 1930, he started doing patents. And you know what you can credit glycine, or Mr. Milan, for? Automatic wristwatch. Yeah, he made the actual mechanism that counterbalanced this right here in the box. Glycine. And we're gonna dive into this thing, but my research actually, before I even show you what's in the box, my research has actually just really solidified my decision to go with this. And not only do I want to continue with this company, but I'm going to dive in. I'll give you guys more information as we go forward. We're going to go in detail in a later video. This man went through a lot of stuff, man. Ups and downs, failures. But this is the finished product. So, y'all ready for the reveal?
Ladies and gentlemen, introduce...
my first glycine combat sub, 42 millimeter. And dare I say, just to hold this in hand, this watch is amazing. I'm dang near shaking, man. It is so crazy. This watch represents so much for me right now, man. And I'm just telling you this. In all my years of doing YouTube and listening to all the different watch reviewers and professionals and everything, when they refer to their grail pieces and talking about what watches made an impact on them or just on the world, I'm holding a watch that is now considered to be one of my core 5 pieces of all the watches I own. This one right here is it. Me, first glance, I have a piece of history. I have a piece of engineering excellence, and this really, it kind of floods my sensors with, you know, my grandpa had watches that, you know, were phenomenal. Some of the men I respected in life, especially military, and that's what this captures, man. The men and women that fought for this country. A man that had an idea to come up with a watch brand that would, right now, to be honest, it doesn't get a lot of press. It does not get a lot of press. It is not what you call flashy. This isn't something that you be like, hey, I'm going to the ball and I'm rocking my glycine sub 42 millimeter. This right here is the epitome of tool watch, hard work, dedication, man. Excellence, pride. It's a military-inspired timepiece, and the Airman would be the most phenomenal piece that they have in their collection. But this is a culmination of their Airman and field watch into a sub. So this one 200-meter water resistancy. It has at a 28-24. Boom, there you have it right there. In the case back, it's not exhibition, but you see right there, man, it has sapphire crystal. Hold on. It's a low thud. Very little play. It's not as audible as any other diver I have, but check out the matte black dial. That is amazing, man. To me, screw down crown is polished. Man, I like the brushing on the actual bracelet. The deployment clasp. Didn't think about this, but wow. So it is similar to what Aragon does, where the dual deployment, you have to actually press the buttons to release. Mill clasp. I'm completely satisfied with my purchase, and warranty card information, and this one is actually signed. You got it, man. They put the case number, everything, man. So I got the warranty, everything's legit. This glycine watch has been manufactured at BN Switzerland with high quality materials such as steel 316. For 2 years from the date of sale, this watch is guaranteed against all defects except those resulting from willful neglect, and you will not get neglect from me. I'm just calling it. Now, I will say, I believe one of the reasons why it doesn't get the press or get what it deserves is because it's headed up by the parent company right now is Invicta. Yes, and that right there, look at the size difference. Before I go, for those of you guys that collect Invicta, I say pridefully wear your watch. Love it. Enjoy it. If that's all you collect is primarily Invicta or Casio or even a Homage brand, whatever your money can afford, and you just love that watch, do it. But I will tell you, this one is not cost, the price on this one. This is just this is under $500, and you get, for me, it has to speak to you. This spoke to me. That's why I got this colorway. I have not seen this colorway showcased on YouTube thus far, but it really doesn't matter because I didn't buy it for anybody else but me. I got it. It's in my Core 5. Stay tuned. I will update you on this watch. I'm about to go size it. I have my doctor's appointment here. About to go make a run real quick. It's my doctor's appointment. And other than that, thank you for being here for this premiere. And until the next Lightning Strike family, y'all be blessed.
This is so dope, a man with a watch looking like he broke the bank, but he promised me he's not. He said he got started from his wife and a pop's watch, face so fat the band had stretch marks.